Hello, everybody. Welcome back to BareRose Garage on another Sunday. I just got home from work. How's everybody been out there? Looks like we got Dawn, the one-eyed cat. What's going on? Great way to finish out the weekend, huh? Thanks for coming on in. Justin Hill, right up above me. What's going on, Justin? Finally got some decent weather. The snow's a melting out there. And of course, we've got the friendly Kiwi. What's going on, Dean? Great to see you. Cloudy, 60 degrees, huh? It's a big old 46 here. Actually, it got a little chilly this last week, and we got our classical 1st of March big old snowstorm. Luckily, it wasn't as wet as last year, so we didn't lose any trees. Knock on wood. But now it's starting to warm up good, and well, everything's a melting. So we're well on the way to the mud season. And we got Mama M sneaking on in here. What's going on? Damien and I. So, everything that I've done this week, a whole lot of nothing, just a whole lot of work. I've been putting in some long hours at work. We just had our yearly inspection, so it's been a kind of a nasty week at work. Everybody running around like chickens with their heads cut off, getting ready for the big inspector. Luckily, he came in early, so we just got it over and done with. So things are back to normal again at work for the time being. One of the things that did come in, though, new toy for the project that's coming. I got my hydraulic handbrake in. I'm going to plumb this in off of the front brakes. This is not staying on there. This is a hydraulic emergency brake that you can set up for them. I'm not going to use that. That's coming off of there immediately. But it gives me a nice little spot right here that I can run a good stout return spring. I'm going to run this as my line lock. Also for the burnout competitions. I'll run it right up by the gear shifter. This goes back to my early years when I was first learning to race and everything. I learned to race in a sand rail, and it had steering brakes. And the way I would do it is I would put it, it was manual, of course. I'd put it in first gear, grab, it had 2 sticks, one for each back tire. This one I'm going to run a little different. It's just going to be running on the front brake. But I can pull that back and set the converter, come up on RPM, use it for line lock, get ready to go. You just let go of it. It's a lot easier when it's mounted, and just launch. Or doing burnout, well, I can grab a hold of that and pull her back and just lock up the front tires and just let her sit there and eat for a little bit. And I can vary it and adjust it so I can get the ass end to come in around and do a little fun stuff in the rolling burnouts. So I got that in. Then, well, back to my early days of racing. That's how I would preload my whole suspension and everything, preload the rear end. I would come up to the line. I would pull the steering brake, both of them. I had another stick right here. I'd grab both hands, put it in first gear, pull that back, let the clutch out just a little bit to where it grabs and bites a hold. Then I don't have to double foot it. And then bring her up and let her go. Anyway, that's my little, and these things are ultra cheap. It was 46 bucks for that right there. Anyway, that's the newest thing that came in for the project. Other than that, well, I haven't been doing a whole bunch of nothing. I did pick up a PV Viper guitar amp with my Harley Benton. It's a copy of the Gibson 335. Getting back into that and seeing if I can get these old fingers to do what, hopefully do more than what I did back in my 20s and 30s. But yeah, I've been getting into that a little bit, practicing on it. About half hour, 45 minutes, 15 minutes, anytime I can. Anyway, I plan on bringing that to No Name Nationals. This group right here has got a lot of musical talent. Maybe we'll sit around a campfire and roll out a few songs here and there. Make something up on the spot. That's always the best part. Anyway, that's what's been going on this week. What have you all been up to? I don't like mud. Yeah, me neither. But holy cow, there's a whole bunch of it. And the dreaded yard work when the snow all leaves. Oh yeah, it's ugly out there. And every fall, I let my grass grow pretty tall, and then just let it just snow over. So my first when spring first comes and the snow melts, yeah, my yard looks a little rough to say the best. Looks like old Dean's down in, oh Lord, I would butcher that name for sure. Balclutha, south of Dunedin, Dunedin, on the South Island, huh? Oh, sweet. How often do I work? Well, here lately it's mostly been day shift, but because I live so close to my work, I only live about 200 yards, maybe 200 yards from my front door to the front door of the shop where I work. So because I'm so close, if somebody calls in or anything like that, I'm the guy they call. So how often do I work? As much as they'll let me work. I'll put it that way. There's well, there for a while. Good Lord, I was putting in a lot of hours. I didn't have a real day off until Christmas, all the way from September till Christmas. I didn't have any days off. And now things are starting to mellow out and level in. So knock on wood. Uh, things give me enough time I can get some shop time. Driving around to and from, roaming about the earth, the BareRose. We're coming into about the same seasons, just on the wrong side. You guys are getting close to coming into fall, and we're coming into the spring, that transition area. Oh, I got it. To help butterflies, they say to leave the leaves until spring. Got the front yard de-leaved today. I just do it so I don't have to water so much. And when I mow, my yard out there. I got the lawnmower set as high as I can possibly set it. My yard, when I mow it, it looks like the rough on a golf course. I keep it about yay long, about ankle height. Otherwise, if I cut it like normal, oh Lord, I gotta water the heck out of it because of the soil I got here. It's mostly sand, and yeah, it just the water just it disappears. In fact, I can set my sprinkler at one spot, and by the time I move it on the second time, it's already turning yellow from where I first started. That's how fast the water just dissipates through this sand soil I got. Mr. John Wilburn, what's going on? Great to see you, man. Here lately, I've been catching the tail end of your Friday nights. I get in there just long enough I can pop in and say hello. Mr. Terry Grover, what's going on? Oh man, I am itching to get back out there and beat up on that old Ford. Man, I am so far behind. Running a saw today. Oh Lord, I bet I'll have 3 to 4 trailer loads of limbs to haul off tomorrow. Did you guys get hit with that? I seen uh who was it did a video just a little bit ago about trees. Oh no, that was in Texas. Stephen Holtz. He had some trees coming down. But like any of my other lives, I got the link posted up there. If anybody wants to climb on in, climb on in. We'll talk about anything and everything. We won't stay on too awfully long tonight. I gotta get showered and cleaned up and get to bed. I have been just ragged. You can see I still got potato flour all over on my forehead, and I'm got a little white makeup on for you. Yeah, that's where I'm going with. uh, Potato flour. Oh Lord, it gets everywhere and everywhere. Other than all that, getting ready. It's almost, well, I gotta wait until it dries out enough that I can pull that old 50 back out from the pasture, and I'll slip a couple in to that spots back there and bring it out around front here, and I'm gonna lift the cab off and the nose off. Yeah, I've been I gotta hurry up and get it done because I'm going into project overload. I don't know if I'm sure all of you have experienced that. When you sit and you think about your project too long, you start confusing different ideas. And my original idea is to use that 1930 Ford grill shell that I got from Iron Trap Garage. He's got a eBay store and he sells all of his stuff on there that he's not using. I ended up picking this up from him for it's about $100. With the idea that I was going to use it for that, but the more I look at that Ford, that 50 F4. I'm almost kind of thinking about leaving the hood on it. Stripping the fenders off and running it without fenders, of course. Sticking the front end out in front, like all of my other rat rods, the ones you've seen on the thumbnail here. But just using the grill shell, the grill part of the 50, and I'll put some buckets in. This is stuff that's been going through my head. And cutting the top part of the hood out for the tunnel ram to stick out through there and everything. But leave that part of the, just the hood out there. Kind of thinking about that. When I pull the cab off and set the nose there, I'll do a video on it, and then I'll pull it and I'll put the 30 grill up there, stand back, and we'll do some videos or some pictures and stuff, and I'll throw it to a vote, because right now I can go either way on that. Good thing about running with just the hood, it'll kind of protect it a little bit for bad weather. Make it a little bit easier dry. No, it won't, because I'm sticking the hair cleaners all the way up. It's just about the look. I might throw that out there for a vote, because like I said, I'd go either way on it. And I can always use that 30 grill. Now I got it right over here. On something else. I do have another cab. This will look good on. So either way. And I found out that the radiator that I bought for this also fits that 50. So the only thing different is the mounting brackets that they've got on it, but that don't make no difference to me. I can always weld on more to so it'll mount to the 50 location. But I'll stick that out for a vote, whether to use this or the 50, just the grill part of it, and the headlight. Kind of, you know what those first series, F series Fords look like. They got the squished up face on them. Going either way, we'll figure it out. I like to keep those old Early's grill shells around anyway. They come in handy. You can do a lot with them, and most of the cars and stuff and pickups from that area you find now, that's one of the things that's missing. Let's see, we'll get caught back up here. Loading a trailer sucks. Pulling it off should be easy. I used doing stuff like that. Take an old toe strap. Flat ones work really good. The flat toe straps. Run it, or a ratchet strap. If you don't have anything else, a ratchet strap will work. Run it all the way the length of your trailer, and then up, and then just kind of throw it over into your pickup bed, everything that's left. Throw all them branches and stuff in there, and then you throw the strap back over on top, of your load. For one, it'll help hold the load down, and number two, you can always anchor that to something when you go to dump it. Just anchor it off on something and drive away, and it'll just pull everything off at once, and poof, off you go. Well, once you get your ratchet strap or toe strap back. The old landfill dumps up here that, a lot of ours up here still got a place you can do stuff like that. You can back a trailer in and just, you don't have to hand unload everything. and then they come by with the loader and push it all over and stuff. Military offload doesn't work so well with brush. And here on my place, when I do it like that, I take it over to the back of the pasture and just do it right here, and then I burn it. We can still do that here. As long as you do it in the spring. You can't do it in the fall because everything's nice and crispy and ready to ignite. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Hit reverse, get going pretty good, and just hit the brakes and let it slide on out. No fires. Yep. In the fall, well, it starts about July, June, about the end of June. That's when they put the kibosh on burning, open burn. You still can if you go to the fire department, you get a burn permit and all that stuff, but it's just easier to do it in the spring. Then they don't care. Anybody can burn whatever they want to burn. After the 4th. Out here, they burn a lot of the ditch banks. That they'll start that up here probably about the middle of April, because everything's irrigated here off of ditch system. And to clean the ditches, the easiest way to do it is light them on fire while everything's still moist and green, so it don't get out of hand. And that works pretty good for cleaning up ditches. I remember as a kid in my little itty bitty town, we'd actually burn yards too. You leave your grass high like that, and then when spring comes and everything gets to drying, you just burn your yard. It burns off all that grass. Your yard looks kind of nasty for about 3-4 days, or if it rains and drops all that ash back down into the ground, and boy, boom, the grass comes up bright green. The whole town would get together too, and we'd just go from yard to yard and burning the ditch, because the city was all irrigated by flood irrigation off of a ditch system. And when the ditch would come to your way, everybody in the whole community's there, and you just spread the flame over onto your yard, and you got people raking around your house and your sheds and everything, any place where you don't want the fire to go. And the whole community just work over one place, and then the fire burn over to the next house, and you just kind of work together that way until the whole town was done. And up at the church, they'd have a lunch, and all the women would get together, and all the grandmas and stuff would all get together and make lunch for everybody. And it was just a big community building thing. It was pretty cool. Small town living. I love it. My dad still lives there, but they haven't done that in quite I'd say about 20 years. They haven't done that. The community is slowly changing. And then after the ditch was burnt, you had other guys in there with shovels cleaning the ditch and straightening up the banks and everything. And then for lunch, they'd smoke a hog or something. It was more than just a bologna sandwich and here you go, keep working kind of thing. It was just a whole big community come together. And we light everybody's places on fire. It's kind of neat for a kid. Went to a bluegrass gathering on Saturday. Oh, cool. I was the youngest part of the crowd. Bluegrass is making a comeback, though. In the past 10 years, I've heard more and more of it. I've always liked bluegrass. Of course, there's not too many genres of music that I don't like, except for anything new. I like any kind of music that is still played with an instrument. But like I was saying, it's like any of my other lives. Anybody want to climb on in? Go ahead and hit the little link and come on in. We'll just talk about whatever. One of the things I have been looking for, though, that's doing it over my lunch break while I was waiting for. What's going on, Don? Good to see you, man.
I figure this is easier than trying to type.
Yeah, that's a lot easier than doing this.
Yeah, I had a road trip weekend. We're home. I'm showered. I'm ready for bed. And, tomorrow's Monday again.
How far away was the Bluegrass Festival?
Call it 300 miles.
Round trip?
No, I was one way. No, we went out. We went out and visited Uncle Sonny this weekend, and he was going to a bluegrass thing from 6 to 9. It's like, cool. I'm in. Could sit home and watch TV and not get anything done. Ended up winning the 50-50, $89.
Oh, cool.
Well, me and Ronnie split it. We each got $5 worth, and it's like, if we hit it, we'll split it, which turned into gas money and tolls, so we kind of sort of broke even.
Oh, tolls. You got them out there, huh?
Wow, it's either that or go the long way around.
Yeah.
$7. I'll pitch. So it used to be $6.20. It went up to $7. Like, well, no change for in the change jar this time. Now we went out and got a good visit in, and went out and seen Marty's Hot Rod Garage. I don't know if he was in Wilburn's live there Friday night. He's going to be the one to help me put my motor together.
Oh, cool.
He's debating about No Name Nationals. It's like, because there's another event that weekend that he goes to, and it's like he's like, I might make it there next year or two, and I was like, you probably. It's like he'll fit right in on this crowd.
Go to the No Names one time, and you'll come try your absolute best to come every time.
Because let me see if we can. I mean, he's got the Hemi Express wheel standers, so he would fit right in.
Oh, sweet.
It's been a few years since it's been on the track, but if he brings anything, it'll be a 65 Belvedere wagon.
Did he used to travel all around with that?
Yep.
I remember one that came here. Well, it came
Yep.
to
It was,
Pocatello.
I
Kid.
think he bought it off of Bob Riggle. I could be wrong. Bob Riggle's, in memory of on the side of the truck.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's saying blown 440. It's nice piece. Saying it's been years since he's had it on the track, but
I remember seeing that one and the Wells Fargo stagecoach wheel stander, and there was a Ford Econo transporter. Looks just about like that, but it's Ford. And he was set up to do wheelies all the way down too.
well, there was a bunch of them back in the day, but he said it was a learning curve when he got the truck. But yeah, I'd like him to go to No Name. I think he'd have a real good time. You go to a national event and you don't know anybody. You might know your neighbors by the time it's over.
Yeah.
But down there, you know anybody and everybody. Where was you at? Oh, I was over there at Blake's.
And at the No Name, everybody knows everybody, like you said.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so cool about it. And saying I went to Cleveland, I seen Marty. I took my heads and the crank with me, and he's like, "Why don't you just leave them here?" It's like, all right, because we're going to put it together, towards the end of spring, beginning of summer. He's got a motor he's working on now, and he don't want too many parts laying around.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
well,
easy to get stuff mixed up.
Well, he just got a video. He picked up a 446 pack. I mean, brand new carburetors, intake, fresh rebuild on the block and everything. And he tore it apart because he didn't know what it was. It ended up, it was a rebuild, but it's like all the assembly lube they used ended up turned into like a
Yep.
yellow cream, whatever. But he's going to run it the way it is. They boogered up the heads doing a simple port job, right across the valve seat. It's like, oh my God. It's like, it makes me feel so much better about what I got to work with. You know what? You know exactly what I'm saying. Hey,
Yep.
baby. Hey, babe. Wendy's home.
Hey, Wendy.
She made it home unmolested tonight. Good thing I don't have to shoot nobody.
Real honest to goodness head porting, I've never done.
Why do you have $2
I've gone in and cleaned them up, taking any of the casting flaws and stuff like that. I've done that, but actual porting, I've never done that.
Tip got me that. Me either, until saying last year I just went in there hogging. I knocked all the heavy off and I don't know if it's good or bad, but it looks good. Almost got into the seat. Well, I did it over the winter. I worked upstairs in my new workroom.
Uh-huh.
I got kind of complacent, and I was about done with the last head, and it's like zoop. I went around the bowl about 3 times, and it's like, oh my God, because it took off on me. That burr bit got a hold, but I lucked out. I didn't get into the seat itself, but it was a hell of a warning shot. I had to get a new bit after that, between the missing teeth, and it wasn't straight anymore.
Adam tried to make his truck run off of gas fumes. Have you ever tried that old trick? Yeah, that's why I love a manual choke. I've nursed 3 of them home with a bad fuel pump. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but yeah. when the fuel pump is just barely getting fuel in there. So you pull out the choke, get her to pull, and you're working the choke in and out. And yeah, it'll only do about 30, 35, but it will get you home.
Well, as long as it gets you home.
And you'll have blisters right here from pulling that cable in and out.
Right. And now all I can do is wait for Marty to get done with his motor so we can work on mine. I just took some parts out this weekend to kind of give him a visual. He's like, oh, put them up there in the loft. And it's like, okay.
Hope you don't lose them.
He ain't going to lose them. Compared to what he's working with now and what I'm working with, his has got ridges in it. It's like, holy shit. I realize what I got's brand new compared to the ridges that are in that. Because the video we put out, he's got a ridge reamer. You can hear it just cutting it. You know, it's like, it's like, holy shit. You know, where are you getting all that shavings from? You know, you only got so much to play with in there. It's like, but it's like a 7 or a 68 block. So it's been run hard a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a drawback when you get into an engine that's been out and around the block a few times. You run into that.
Well, other than that shitty head job, the motor's in pretty good shape. It just needed cleaned up, and because he's got an engine run stand and all that, you know, it's going to be nice to be able to run the motor before I put it in the car.
I gotta make me one of them.
These aren't order. These three are.
Three.
And two are.
They're close, like the first 6
Oh, no,
numbers.
these aren't.
I've been saying that for about 10 years now, 10, 12 years. I gotta build one of them. And they're not that hard to build. I just haven't done it.
I got to give Wendy back my travel money. It was on.
Hey, that's my no-name national money.
I know that's your no-name gas money. It's all right. Better to have and not need than to need and not have.
Okay, there's 100. Where'd you win? Where's the money at? You won?
Between gas and tolls, I got Ronnie's 50. That's it. That, and I washed your van. It was dirty.
Well, I bet it was.
Yeah, I had to go to Ohio to find snow. Got out there Friday evening, and it's like woke up in the morning, 2 inches on the ground. It's like, where the hell did that come from? It was cold, windy, you know, miserable, but it burned off by like 2 in the afternoon.
Yes.
Mud everywhere.
That's about the same time we got hit.
Wendy's got her van back. She's what's this? You said you about wrecked the Ford.
He didn't want this?
He's already got one.
Okay, I got on the highway. I was headed to the doctor's. And I was following this truck. It was a big truck. I don't know what all he had in the back of his truck. But then he had an empty hauler trailer. Like you put a car on.
Okay.
And he was swerving all over the road and that, and he was ahead of me. And I was keeping an eye on him. And then this other truck pulled in front of me, and I couldn't see this dude. Then he run off the road. That truck almost hit him. I almost hit that fucking truck. I was pissed.
No.
And you know how your brakes...
They're fine.
No, but you know how my van's touchy, you go through the windshield.
Well, yes. Yours
The
are...
Ford's not like that.
No.
And I thought I was going to hit that rear end of that truck.
No, you just need to push harder on the brakes.
It just happened that quick.
Well, you know the deal. It's got full coverage. Let him hit you.
No, I would have hit that truck in the ass then.
Well, blame it on him.
That would have been my fault because I would have hit him in the ass then.
Just wreck it good, but don't total it. I got to go to work in the morning.
I'm surprised when I got there to get my blood pressure checked. It wasn't skyrocketed.
It wasn't still spiked.
It's only 112 over 52. That's good.
Okay.
Instead of 178.
Hey, Twisted made it. Terry, I gotta remember the chat.
Hi, BareRose.
Hey, what's going on, Wendy? Good to see you.
Yeah, I get to go eat supper when I'm done jawing on here.
Did someone already eat?
I gave Ronnie some to go.
What'd you put it in?
Plastic Tupperware. Sure.
I won't see that again.
Blue lid. Or blue's what fit. No, pork sauerkraut. Good stuff.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
And hot dogs.
And hot dogs.
And tatties.
And taters. Yeah.
It's scary when you're trying, especially a semi truck hauling triples. You're behind them, and all of a sudden you see that starting to do
yeah.
some big-
Yeah, because
I mean, he did not just hit them mumble strips. He was all the way off the road.
I had one like that. I seen him in my rear view today. He was hitting the marbles all the way at the edge of the guardrails. It's like, you have at it, buddy. I'm ahead of you already.
I mean, the truck in front of me, he swerved, and I'm trying to hit my brakes.
I get it. So Sam need to get one of those,
Dash cam.
Dash cam. Yeah, that's it.
I thought I was going to hit him.
There was a SUV today on my left, 3-lane. I'm in the middle. He's passing me on the left. I look in my rear view, and here's this bumper guard coming up the highway. It's like, oh, I'm glad he's in the fast lane. I'm in the middle. He pulled this car over, literally turned his lights on right next to me. That truck he come over into my lane. He's trying to get over to the berm. First lane, he never turned on his blinker. It's like either it don't work or he fucked up. But the other way, it's going to be a question mark,
I rode a truck to work today. It was a pickup truck and it had these things up, like where you could put a ladder across.
Yeah, roof rack.
Instead of him having his ladder this way.
Sideways?
He had it sideways. It stuck out like 6 feet off the driver's side.
I could see that being a problem.
I don't know why he didn't put it the right way like this. That racks. He had the damn thing sideways.
Well, these new kids starting these businesses think they know what they're doing. I don't know.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice this week, right?
I know. We're going to sweat to death at work now.
I can live with that.
Last couple of days have been like 71 in there. I was like, damn, it's cooler. I said, man, what they do is shut the heat off.
You guys are hitting the 70s? Wow.
Well, it's supposed to be 60 tomorrow, 66 Tuesday, 50 Wednesday, 57, 66. Yeah, it's boy, we're gonna bunch of shit's going to start blooming, and then we'll have that onion snow and freeze the buds right off the. You know how it works.
And that's when the trees just start falling.
Yeah.
You end up with apples this big.
Yeah. Tart.
And a handful of them. That's about the biggest my apples got last year.
I know my neighbor's got an apple tree out back that's it might only be 8 or 9 feet tall. But it produced a couple apples, and they weren't bad. It's like, I could do this.
Did you eat some of their apples?
Yeah.
Did you ask first?
Why?
Maybe one of them. Why?
I didn't eat them all. Hell, there's only 20 apples on the whole tree. I only eat one of them. I was eyeballing more later. It's like I had one that's like, I'm going to give that guy a couple more days. It's like picking tomatoes. It's like, give that one a couple more days.
I did that 1 year, only 1 year. Planted a whole bunch of tomato plants. Oh, Lord, I had tomatoes coming out of my eyeballs. They were everywhere.
What sucks is cherry tomatoes. Then from then on, you don't even have to plant tomatoes. They keep coming back.
They just keep coming. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got a grapevine out here that I can't kill that thing.
You planted that years ago.
Oh,
Now
I
go
planted
away.
it years ago, but man, when it gets a hold of something, it don't let go.
When the grandkids were little, they used to sit out in the swing set and eat them grapes right off that pool.
Yeah, it wouldn't even
And they were
produce.
tart, sour.
They were just little when they were eating them. It's like, oh my God.
And they were
And that
sour.
was-
They weren't even ripe yet.
In Boise, the house that I was living in, right up by the Boise River, they had it was about a 25-foot pine tree in the backyard. And it had a grapevine that the trunk on that thing was about that big. And it climbed all the way up that pine tree. And it looked, you couldn't see the grapevine, but you could see all these Concord grapes, they'd get about that big, hanging off of this pine tree. Everybody, what the heck kind of pine tree is that? I said it's a Concord.
JB made it. All right. Yeah.
What's going on, JB?
Yeah. I still got JB in my sights. I didn't forget him.
Get a hold of John Wilburn and get my address, or figure out some way to send me your address. I still got that for you. It's sitting right here.
He ain't talking to me. He's talking to JB.
It's got a shift light on it and everything. It's the name on it is nothing. But I got that, and I got that distributor ready for you. There's Dean.
Is that Dean?
Was that Dean Stevenson?
I'm assuming.
What's the smoke alarm going off?
I don't know.
Something beeping there.
I don't know, but it's tomorrow afternoon for him.
Can't
He's
stay
like
long.
ready
This
for
at the moment, huh?
Well, see, now his summer's about over, about ready to go to autumn. So,
Oh, that'll work for you. Let's see. Oh, hurry up, write that down. Got my redneck Palm Pilot here. 308. Work, you son of a bitch.
shaking your pen, I see it.
308. Martin Lane.
Yeah, he's giving that address on the pretense that you're going to send cookies.
Cottonwood, Tennessee.
Lars.
Don't forget to say Wendy's here.
There we go. I wasn't up there for too long. I hope the scammers didn't get a hold of it. But I got it written down here. I'll get that sent off to you there. Adam just did his last video about it. It was supposed to give you 100 miles per yeah, it don't work.
JB just put a thing up on there.
That's what I was wondering about,
That's the
JB,
way
if he
it
needed
is.
some help.
Bill and insurance help. Wonder if she had life insurance. That'd be insurance help.
Oh,
No.
Lord.
I ain't going to talk about it here.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Lord, JB, I'm sorry. Oh.
I was wondering how that was going for him.
Hang in there, my friend. I know John just lost his mother too.
Well, it's inevitable. Nobody likes talking about it, but we all climb the ladder. That's the way I put it anyway.
We're thinking about you, JB.
Well, that's the whole reason I went out and visited Uncle Sonny this weekend. He's 87. It's like,
Yeah, you get up there down on those rungs of the ladder. Yeah, there's not much further to go.
yeah, we didn't know he was going out till like Tuesday. It's like all the stars align, and he's like, I'm going on to I'm going to a bluegrass thing Saturday night. It's like, okay, we'll join you for that. We went over to that Marty's hot rod garage. He's going to help me put this motor together. So he's got a run stand and everything so we can get it going before it even goes in the car. He knows what he's doing more than me. So now we're going to have to make a couple more trips to Cleveland between now and the summer. It's another bluegrass second Saturday of next month.
Way cool. Stuff like that doesn't open up here for about another 2 months.
Oh, my car again or what?
Yes, that's why I washed it. It's all pretty clean.
It won't be clean. When is that?
A month.
What month did you say?
April and May, second Saturday in April and May. It's a Tom Hall band. I mean, the guy comes out, he's literally carrying an oxygen pump, you know. And he's up there trying to be Johnny Cash, and he's getting it. He's doing a great job, you know. He's got a chair if he needs it. The whole band's, 70 years old on average.
I have a doctor's appointment the 14th. That's a Wednesday. May 14th.
Well, I'm talking for the weekend.
Like, oh, I got to.
Yeah, it's very trying to make an engine run on
Fumes.
vapor and then try to get any kind of power out of them. It just damn near impossible.
If it's running on vapor, give it a little vinegar. That'll give it a little. I don't know. That's stupid.
Good friend of ours, Daryl Mitchell. His auto body shop is just right around the corner from where I grew up. We had the automotive. He had the auto body.
What clippers?
He actually made a little Honda Civic. It was like a 76, 77 little Honda Civic run on hydrogen.
Oreo cookies.
But
what are they?
Make enough power. You could outwalk.
What do you have them for?
Because they're the
and you
old.
had to push it up the driveway. It just you can't get any power out of a gas, you know. But I remember all them articles in like Popular Mechanics here, like 100-mile-per-gallon carburetor. Yeah, that never existed.
So you coming to No Name BareRose?
That's the plan. It's all in motion.
You bringing anything?
So rats a lot.
That'll work.
If we can get the trailer together for it, but if not, then it'll be the Doodlebug.
Yeah, because I got Buffalo Brian doesn't want to come out again this year, but he's going to let me borrow his trailer, so I got to find a truck to pull it out there. It's like, I can understand him not wanting to make the trip again. That's a long way for him. He's another 3 hours up the road, you know. He comes here and we load up and head out for the week or whatever it
We
is.
go to Ohio, and then we go from Ohio to Missouri.
Then when we get back, he's still got another 3 hours up the road. It's like, oh man, that and him riding with Ronnie for a total of 15 hours. They just want to rip each other apart. You know, some people just don't ride together very well.
I'd pull over and throw his ass out if it was me.
Yeah.
You know I would.
Wow, it's
Even if he's a backseat in the back, he tries to tell you how to drive up front.
wow. He's a good co-pilot. He overdoes it sometime though. But I'll take him as a co-pilot any day. If I'm on an on-ramp, I know if I already need, that guy's giving it to you. Go ahead and take it.
So that's the South Island in New Zealand, huh? That is pretty
150
cool.
meters, turn right towards State Highway 1.
State Highway 1?
Where's he going?
What one are you on now if you're turning on to 1? That's a legitimate
That's not
question.
even a highway. It looks like a parking lot.
Wow. It's like a golf cart.
I've been on Highway
Turn right
1 here in the
State Highway
States.
1. Then turn left
It goes
onto
all the
State
way up
Highway
the coast of California. And,
Take
oh,
the
Lord,
next
that is a
right
one
towards State
windy
Highway
All
road.
those highways down wherever he's from.
New Zealand.
It looks like a normal street.
Well, yeah. Dougster, how's it going?
Todd wants to know if the girl's suspended late. She's like, let me know.
Or no, that's 101.
I just got home.
Take the
I'm
next
not.
left towards State
Highway
Highway
1 is in
Then
South
turn left
Carolina,
onto
huh?
State Highway 1.
Kind of short notice.
Yeah. I seen her Friday. She could have said something.
Take the
And
next
it's the
left onto State
Dougster.
Highway
What's
1.
going on, Doug?
Continue on State Highway 1 kilometer.
Sorry. Hey, I used the wrong one.
That's not Siri. You cheating, Dean? It's blackmail material.
Sure is pretty down there.
Hmm.
Diamond's in the lane? You in the hub lane? Yeah, up here, those are the carpool lanes. They mark like that. Going to be swapping on my rear sump truck oil pan and pickup tube on your 413 this week. Oh, sweet.
In 400 meters, turn left onto Glasgow Street.
All right, I want to get off here.
Sump in the rear, that's where God intended it to be.
Pole shots, a prime example. All right, BareRose, I'm going to take off. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in, Don.
Yeah, tomorrow's Monday, and I hate being tired at work.
No problem. I'm actually going to cut out
600
here too. We've
your
been
destination
on an
will be
hour.
right.
I am just exhausted.
Yep. All right.
Coming in. Wendy, good to see you too.
Good to see you too. I'm in the chat.
He's
Oh,
over
there you
there.
are.
Hey, buddy.
That's it. always in this part.
Oh, look at that. We're crossing the streams.
That's right.
Thanks for coming out, Don. Yeah, and with that, well, I think we'll close her up for the week. Thanks everybody for coming on in. Dean, always cool to see what you got steaming down there. You live in a great place, man. New Zealand is just beautiful.
Your destination is on the right.
Oh, there it is. That's what a horde ornament sees.
Make sure no one steals the truck. I'll go and drop it off. Radio.
Anyway, thanks a million, everybody, for coming out. Hopefully, if this weather kind of sort of tries to hold, hopefully we'll be doing something for the shop next weekend. Look for it. It might pop up on a Thursday or Friday. Probably on a Friday. Just an impromptu up live. We'll set up over there and get my sticks laid out and everything. Get this project started. Thanks a million for everybody for coming out. And check out some of the other lives that are going on. I know a bunch of other people have got theirs going. JB, once again, you're in our thoughts and our prayers and everything. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. And John, you too, man. Anyway, well, I'll see y'all next week, sometime or another. In the meantime, everybody, get out there and get some metal hot. Because Lord knows I haven't been doing it. We'll see y'all next week. Good to see you, Dean.